Good morning, classmates. Good morning, Doc. Okay. This morning, we will be presenting Chapter 6, Foundation of Business Intelligence, Databases and Information Management. Okay. So, in this chapter, we will be talking about two ways on how company manage their files or company data. One way is via traditional file management, and the other one is via database management system. We will discuss in details their differences, pros and cons, and also to find out which of the two is best for running a business. Okay, so to put a visual representation of the two, we will be using this image to associate to both. Yan. So this one is for file management system. This is the file management system, and the other one is for the database management system. But before we proceed to discussing their differences and similarities, let's first define file system management. Yan. So it says here, file system is basically a way of arranging the file in a storage medium like a hard disk. It consists of different files which are grouped into directories. So file system is the usual that we do every day when we do our school works or our office work. So, di ba, we create a report in a PowerPoint, then we save it in our laptops. In my case, so after doing my PowerPoint, I have to go to my Drive D, go to my personal folder, then go to MBE folder, go to year 2021, and then go to year 2022. And then under 2022, I have the professor's name and subject. Then under the professor's name, I have another folder, say reporting, say references, and then activities. So medyo 8 folders muna bago makarating doon sa final destinations talaga niya. So, yon. So, while database management system is defined as software that manages the collection of related data. It is used for storing data and retrieving the effectivity when it is needed. So it also provides proper security measurements of protecting the data from unauthorized access. So that is our database management system. Okay, so let's proceed to discussing their differences and similarities. Ayan. So when it comes to structure, paano sila nagkakaiba? Ayan. So traditional files, it is a software that manages and organizes the files in a storage medium within a computer. So si database naman, we can call it DBMS for short, is a software for managing the database. Yan. So when it comes to data redundancy, so traditional file management is prone to redundancy versus the DBMS because in traditional file management, every department parang they creates their own file. So for example, itong colleges na to, it is named as Masbate Colleges. Sige, let's use that name. Is using traditional files. So meaning, si registrar, they listed their student in their own files. The accounting have their own files. Finance have their own files for the obligation of the students, financial obligation of the students, and also the library and the guidance. So data redundancy in this case is the duplication of names of the students. So let's say ako, I have name in registrar, tapos in the same, I have also name in accounting, in library, in guidance. So lahat yun, which in effect, consume a lot of storage of its computer. So while DBMS, sorry. Yan. Sige, so while DBMS, there is no redundant data. They log into one database and access everything from there. Yan. Okay. Sige, so next is the consistency. So consistency, using our previous example, so in traditional file management, there is less data consistency in the file. So using our previous example, having different file for different departments, so parang nasa subject yung student details or profile into inconsistency. For example, in the registrar, they lagged you as Juan de la Cruz. So tapos sa library, your name is De La Cruz Juan, and then in accounting, your name is Juan L. De La Cruz. So there's a lot of inconsistency happening. Whereas in database, there is more data consistent siya because all of you, parang everybody's using the database, parang they only access to one data. Ayan. So when it comes naman to complexity, so si traditional file management is less complex as compared to DBMS. Kasi di ba, gagawa ka ng file and then pagtapos na, you saved it to your computer lang. Whereas si DBMS, meron pa siyang mga user logins, tapos di ba parang you have to go to parang modules kung alin yung gagamitin mo. All right, so integrity constraints. Integrity constraints are difficult to implement in file data management. Kasi nga, going back to our example, say parang the file of the registrar can be accessed by the team. So lahat yung nandun sa registrar can access your file. And then, so meaning different people access your file. And unintentionally, syempre, human error can delete or can edit yung files mo. They're likely to happen. And it's hard to avoid this to happen because we have no control eh. So while in DBMS, these are controlled. Yung mga ganitong activity. So kasi, in the BMS also, parang you can identify who is accessing the data. Okay, so when it comes to backup and recovery, so ito yung laging nangyayari sa atin. So we all know that in traditional file system, if our files are lost or corrupted, parang ang haba-haba na nung tinype mo, biglang nawala. So parang it's crying time. We're very lucky if we can still recover. So while in DBMS, meron talaga siyang someone na nagme-maintain to do the backup. Ayan. So query and processing. So there is no efficient query processing in the file system kasi, di ba, parang pag meron kang gustong student na tingnan, you have to go to ilang files bago mo mahanap and then scroll down, scroll up. While in DBMS, so pag may hinahanap ka, processing is there. Parang mabilis siya i-process kasi you just have to to key in the search words. Okay, so security and constraints naman. So file system provides less security. So parang DBMS is more secure than the traditional file. In DBMS kasi, we can provide access level. So let's say sa management, so management can access confidential data such as salary, other confidential data of the employees or the students. And also in DBMS, parang kasi yung access, the thought of the concept of access level, yung kung if I am assigned in a treasury or in a payables department, so yun lang yung pwede kong i-access. Alright? Tapos di pa ako pwedeng mag-delete or magkamali. If ever man, I have to ask for a approval. So parang minsan, I remember yung sa mga teller, parang pag nag-ano sila, pa-approve please. So something like that. Okay. So cost. Siyempre, pag sa cost, ayan. So, traditional file management is less expensive kasi save mo lang siya eh. So, siyempre, mas mahal it has comparably higher cost than the file system. Pagdating naman sa user access, mas favorable si DBMS. Kasi sa file management, yun nga, as we have discussed already, that only one user can access the data file at a time, while si DBMS, multiple user can access data at a time. Okay, so therefore, I hope you agree with me that database approach to data management is far way better than the traditional file management approach. Kasi 'di ba, business use their databases to keep track of basic transactions such as parang paying suppliers, processing orders, keeping track of customers, and paying employees. So that's why they need good database to provide information. So if database is better than the traditional approach, so how database management approach improve business performance? So ito naman yung application. So yan, ano naman yung help niya sa mga businesses? Okay, so alam natin, as the company grows, it became increasingly difficult to store and handle growing amount of data, di ba? Sobrang daming data, maybe thousands. So, a decent database allows business managers to quickly to quickly access important data in one place. It saves us as manager parang a lot of time, 'di ba? Kasi imbis na silipin mo isa-isa, you can just go to the database and download information and process, and then boom, you have the knowledge already. So, say for example, in this sa consumer management data, so, or if we use our example of Masbate College School, if I am the say head of the school, so I wanna know where my enrollees came from. So parang aaralin ko siya sa ang cities or neighboring provinces bulk of my enrollees came from. And then from there, makakagawa na ako ng strategy for the next enrollees. So, do I have to put more parang marketing effort doon sa neighboring provinces na kunti lang yung estudyante na nasa school ko ngayon? So, mga ganong concept. And then inventory data, which is very important in business. So for example, gusto kong malaman anong items in my grocery store are the fast selling items. So ano naman yung slow moving. So by the next purchase of inventories, dadamihan ko na yung mga fast selling items ko. And also I wanted to know kung anong items naman ang medyo mas malaki yung margin ko. So, yun yung ipupush ko, lalagay ko sa entrance ng aking and I will put more effort on marketing also and advertising. Okay. And same with okay, ito, financial data. So, financial data in business, parang parang siya talaga yung pinaka-blood or backbone of the business. So, as a manager, parang I wanted to know how much daily sales I have, how much total sales I have for this week, how much total sales I have for this month. And in the same way, I'd like also to know how much sales or how much expenses did I incurred. So para pag binangga ko, I will know immediately na meron pala akong income or meron pala break-even lang ako yesterday, mga ganong data. That would help me improve my my operation. So yun. So regarding HR data management naman, so syempre, as a manager, parang gusto natin malaman yung mga performances, absences, tardiness, mga ganyan. Gaano ba kalaki ang sweldo niya? I remember when I was still in advertising company, parang taxi. So, every moment, so kunyari, pag upo mo ng 9, you really have to lag kung ano yung mga ginawa mo. So, pag gumawa ko sa Unilever. So, i-click ko Unilever, i-click ko brand Rexona, so i-click ko anong project, and then i-click ko kung ilang oras ako dun sa project na yon. And then, kung tapos na yon, lilipat na naman ako sa ibang brands. So, Johnson's & Johnson, so anong ginawa ko sa Johnson's & Johnson's, let's say, doon ako sa mga cologne, so anong ginawa ko, anong project, and then, hindi lang yon, kailangan wag ako mag-exceed doon sa time na allowed for me to do. So, yun. Generate yun ng mga managers para malaman if ako ay profitable ba ako as an employee. So, dami ko bang nilag doon sa parang billable. So, meron din kasing house. Kunyari, hindi related to brands yung ginawa mo. So, you have to put it in the house. But yun nga, may limit din siya. Dapat sa isang araw, hindi ka mag-house ng more than 2 hours. So, yun. Mga important data na kailangan ng HR and the management as a whole. Okay. So, yun. I hope you agree with me that having a good database ay ma-operate mo yung business efficiently and effectively. Ayan. Okay, thank you very much. That's all.